Alright, hey, what's up all my Call of Duty lovers? Today we're going to talk about a special subject called an overpowered weapon. I'm not talking about my penis here, but what we're going to be talking about is the overpowered weapon of Call of Duty MW3. You're all like, I already know this, JR. This is the Type 95. And I'm like, no, that's not right. Okay, so as you just saw earlier, I walked into a building and get knifed. So that's an example of an overpowered weapon. Yes, I'm talking about the knife. And no, I'm not talking about that hole that you found inside of your pants. I'm giggity. But what I'm really talking about here is I think that the most overpowered weapon in Call of Duty MW3 is the knife, not the Type 95, not the MP7, not the ACR, but the knife. Yes, that button that you press, that B button, or this analog stick that you press in to knife someone, depending on which settings that you're using, and maybe even something else, even just in case you don't even use either one of the two I just referenced. But, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this idea of a new overpowered weapon, and we're going to break it down. We're going to break it down hardcore. We're going to strip it naked and wash it with a golden shower of love and talk about how horrible it is. But nah, I don't really mind. I mean, like, the knife in Call of Duty, it's always been there. So anyways, let's go ahead and start stripping this thing naked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and shake it down. So first of all, let me talk about what I mean by this. So what I mean, what do you mean, JR? Why is the knife overpowered? Well, the knife is overpowered because it can kill so fast and so instantly. Even if I put 50 million bullets into your face and you're just sitting there with holes all over your face, you're going to sit there, take your arm, extend it, and somehow kill me with your knife. It's just not right. So, what are we supposed to do about this stuff? What are we supposed to do about the overwhelming possibilities of sharp objects penetrating us in the wrong places? You can't do anything about it. That's why it's so overpowered. So they can shove this sharp object in places where the sun should never shine and let some light in, where you know you're never gonna see it again. But yeah, half of you are like, I know what you mean, JR. And the fact is that you can't do nothing about it. It's like the same thing about the sun. You can't do nothing about the sun shining. The only thing you can do is go inside and don't go outside in the sun. Same thing with Modern Warfare 3. The only thing you can do about the knives is don't play it. So that's been my little rant about that. Now let's go ahead and strip this down even more naked. And I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you what this little golden, not silver, piece of shit metal can do to you. So apparently Call of Duty had this fantastic idea after sitting behind the council one day. Like, oh hey, you know what? In addition to guns, we're gonna go ahead and give them a knife so that they can knife someone, stab them in the eye, while they're sitting there trying to shoot them with their gun. Bad idea sometimes. I mean, it's a good asset to have, and it's really good because it kind of replaces the shotgun. You kind of don't need one anymore. Kind of makes shotguns obsolete. You know, that's fucking Nintendo 64 shit right there. You know, you shouldn't be using that. No, but some people are really great with the shotgun actually, and the fact is that the knife just kills too quickly. I'm just gonna be straight up. It's like a shotgun that you can spray with, like the AA-12 back on Modern Warfare 2. You just spray that shit around, just press that B button, and it doesn't matter where you are. Your guy will do the 360 for you. You don't even gotta touch a thing. The guy can run straight past you, knife in front of you, and 12 meters behind you, the guy falls down and dies. And it's really crazy sometimes. So that concludes the knife is so overpowered. So what do y'all think about it? Also, what do y'all think about this commentary? If you notice, I'm kind of bringing the perverted back just a little bit. So I'm going to make my commentaries a little bit of here, a little bit of that. I'm going to talk about real subjects from now on. And fuck my Call of Duty uploading schedule. I'm going to go ahead and upload whenever I feel like it. I'm going to be making the montage, by the way. I'm actually in the process of doing that right now. And expect the montage this weekend, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Unless I somehow don't have enough clips to cover it, then it won't be so great. But anyways, I digress. I digress, definitely. So what have y'all been up to? Did any of you watch the cock? Maybe I shouldn't be going on to a different subject. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about overpowered weapons altogether. So, what else do y'all think is an overpowered weapon? The Type 95, the MP7, the ACR? No. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, let's just give you a scenario right here. If someone shoots you across the map with a penis, you're going to say it's overpowered. Just because of the fact that you're sitting there with a pistol and they're using a penis, and that penis can shoot halfway across the map. Now, you're going to say that, of course, the penis is overpowered. Right? Because they can shoot across the map and your gun can't. Well, that's your freaking fault for using a damn pistol. Okay? That's my opinion on it. So if you're going to use a gun and then complain about other people using a different gun, then that's not their fault. That's your fault. And the fact is that most people who do use other guns, they use them in a fashion that gives them the advantage whenever they go into a gunfight. For example, no one brings a freaking SMG into a gunfight where they're shooting from one side of the map to the other. Whenever you're using an SMG, you're supposed to get up under their spawn and strip them naked. You know, make them grovel all over the floor. That's what you're supposed to do whenever you get an SMG out. You're not supposed to sit there and flaunt it around and be like, hey man, I'm gonna try shooting you across the map even though you got a sniper and you can obviously see my ass. It's just not right. And some people just aren't sensible about this kind of stuff. And it just ruins the game sometimes. Because everyone complains. It's all complaining. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm not saying that I hate people like that. That's kind of what makes Call of Duty so special. Is all this shit that goes on in it. But I mean, it kind of gets ridiculous sometimes, because the fact is that it's not that the gun's overpowered, it's just that the person who's using it knows how to freaking use their gun, and you kind of don't know how to use your gun. That's usually the case. So anyways, we're coming up to about the end of this commentary. There's one thing I want to ask you very highly, and do you want to see, and here's a question, do you want to see objective gameplays where we don't try to dominate the team, or do you want to see gameplay where I'm just going for high kills, or maybe even both? Make sure that you post that down in the comments below. I'll remind you at the end of the video, which is coming up any minute now. And yeah, that's basically it. So now, just to sum up this strip down of overpowered guns in MW3, our conclusions was that you are bad at using your gun. First of all, it is not the fact that the Type 95 or any of those guns are overpowered. That the most overpowered weapon in the game is probably the knife, due to the fact that it has so much bullshit about it. And we also have determined whether JR wants to give you playing the objective gameplay or high kill games. Like 35, 40, 45, 50 and something. I don't know. Anyways, make sure that you like up the video. Make sure you rate that like button. Yes, that little button down there that says like across it. And make sure that you leave the comment telling me whether you want to see objective gameplay or high kill gameplay. Thank you, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.